One of the things that I don't want to pivot too hard, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about while we had you here, Joy, because this is just something that's been bringing. This is a little bit of a break from the super political in-depthness. Now that we've been done hurting ourselves, reflecting on the poor decisions of the Burnmeister. One of the things that I've just been thinking about, and something that Gavin and I have gone back and forth on the show, and something that I just thought it might be fun to kind of get your opinion on and have you chime in as an outsider. One of the things that Gavin and I have always sort of like gone back and forth on is this a Gen Z podcast or not? See, Gavin doesn't think that we really fit the bill of Gen Z because we're not on TikTok. But I wanted to know from an outside perspective, what's the reaction? In comment section, you can chime in too.
Okay, so my first question is, what ages are Gen Z?
So Gen Z is anybody that's born after 1997, according to most citable.
I've heard, but I've also heard that Gen Z is anyone born after 2000 and that grew up in.
I have never seen that in anywhere that is considered reputable, which is why I pushed back on it. Like if you Google it right now, we can share Gavin's screen and Google it because I'd like to just lay this to rest.
Wait, so what is
how old are you guys?
We were both born in 1998.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so young.
I know. Right?
Yeah. But no, but anyway, I apparently that answers our question.
Okay, I guess you're right. I mean, I'm looking it up, and you seem to be correct, Zach. That is the traditional definition. So I guess I'm wrong. I just feel like we're like either super old Gen Z or
I think we're just
young
uncool Gen Z. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said.
I'm 41 and people think I'm like 19 all the time, but I think, I don't know if you're Gen Z technically because, although you guys have great humor, you're mature. So, and people in politics, I tend to think of as older for some reason. If that makes sense.
I was just mostly because I've always tried to think, because people ask us like, what kind of show do you have? And I'm like, oh, it's a politics show. But they're like, what kind of politics show? I was like, what kind of show is this? Well, yeah, thank you. Anyway, no, that was just something that I was like, I thought would be kind of interesting to get people's perspective on. Because, obviously Gavin and I aren't like there's definitely a social media stuff that's really privy to the Gen Z where it's like, oh, Gavin and I are like completely out of the loop on that. Like I couldn't tell you a single like TikTok.
Me neither, and that's the primary reason I don't really truly feel like I relate to or am part of.
But I feel like we need to make a Vanguard TikTok.
We probably should make a Vanguard TikTok because I know that some
I'm
YouTubers
to do it. I volunteered to do it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Ooh, what are you gonna have? Like, what kind of videos?
It'll just be, booty drops and facts about Bernie Sanders. I don't know how to fit in on TikTok.
Yeah,
we'll be doing the latest guzzle a egg with cinnamon challenge or whatever the fuck people are doing on that app. I honestly don't have much experience with TikTok, but it's I know that YouTubers, like even bread tubers, like they just upload themselves ranting and shit like that, and it gets traction. So I know that like there's also a big right wing TikTok scene. Like I know there's a lot
which
of
is why I want to get in there and scrap.
Yeah, no, I'm down to like help to balance that out. If there's like an overrepresentation of fucking right wingers on there, then I would love to put our content on there to help even it out a little bit and dismantle some of those dumb arguments. But
I've done some Cardi B impressions on there.
Some what?
Cardi B impression.
Oh, yeah. We can get into that too.